This video will show you how to find your Turnitin originality report and how to use it to improve your academic writing. First of all, don't panic. Turnitin is just a tool that can help you get better at academic writing and at referencing. There's a handout you might want to use which has got these steps described on it, and other support is available. See the end of this film for some more information. So first of all, how do you submit your work to Turnitin? Submit your essay by selecting the submission link on the course's Moodle area and follow the instructions that you'll find inside. When you've done that, you'll receive 2 confirmation emails. One will come from Moodle and one will come from Turnitin. To find your Turnitin originality report, go back to that same submission link. If you see it saying Turnitin status pending, then your report isn't ready yet. Turnitin hasn't generated it. But if it shows a Turnitin ID, a small coloured block and a percentage number, then it's ready and you can open your report by clicking on that coloured block. So this is the main Turnitin screen. You can see the work that you've submitted in the large window on the left. You can scroll using the scroll bar through that to see all the pages of your submitted work. Make sure that this originality button on the top left is red. If it's grey, click on it. On the right you'll see that percentage number again. Here it's 56%. Now this is a point at which you must not panic. There's a lot of misconceptions about what this percentage means. It's not the amount of plagiarism in your piece of work. Turnitin can't actually detect plagiarism. It's the amount of your work that it is matched with another source that it's found. We'll discuss what to do about that and whether that's a problem or not in the rest of this video. And here's how Turnitin indicates which parts of your work it's matched with another source. It highlights them in a colour. So what kinds of sources does Turnitin check against in order to make these matches? It looks at web pages, library catalogues from institutions like universities, academic journals and other publications. It can also check against other submitted student work, both within LSE and at other institutions. Here you can see something's been submitted to Nottingham University. Here, for instance, there's a section that's been highlighted in green and it's got the number 5 next to it, so we can find out where that's from. Look on the right here, number 5 in green, it's a source called genderads.com. And if you click on that highlighted section in your work, it will bring up a pop-up box which will show you a side-by-side comparison between your work and the source which Turnitin has matched it with. Turnitin may be suggesting a source which you've never come across. Academic writing does get referenced a lot, and for example Turnitin may be matching a recent article which is online, whereas you've read those words in an older print source. To track down where you might have found the words, if you hover your cursor over any source listed here, a small arrow will appear. If you click on that arrow, then Turnitin will show you a list of other matching sources, and you might recognise one of these as the one you used, and that'll be very useful if you want to go back to the source, for example to paraphrase it or to give it a correct reference. So for example, the largest match here is with Wikipedia, but Turnitin has also recognised that the same words appear on ask.com. So to improve your referencing in your essay, you're looking out for any of these solidly highlighted sections. Also look out for these sections where you have a few phrases highlighted in a paragraph and some gaps, looking like missing bricks in a wall. This could have happened for a number of reasons. You might have copied a few phrases from a source into your notes and then copied them back into your essay, forgetting that those phrases weren't in your own words. Or you might have paraphrased a source but not put it entirely into your own terms. Too much of that original phrasing is still intact. Both of those are poor academic practice. Even if you then reference the source of your ideas, using those words without putting them into quotation marks means that you're taking credit for the wording itself, so any particularly good phrasing you're claiming is yours. What should you be doing with these highlighted sections that Turnitin has found? Well, first of all, don't try to clean up your report so that Turnitin no longer finds any matches. That's very counterproductive. You won't get any credit for the reading that you've done around your subject area. Rather, we're going to try and make sure that you have referenced anything that is highlighted properly. So first of all, check. For any highlighted section, is there a full proper reference from what's been taken from another source? Does it appear in the bibliography? Have you referenced it according to departmental conventions? Secondly, are any exact words, the portions highlighted, in quote marks or indented as a paragraph? Have you acknowledged that those phrases have come from another source? If you're not sure about this, contact a tutor, somebody in the library, or somebody in LSE Life who can help you distinguish between appropriate referencing and inappropriate academic practice. If you find you have a highlighted passage which hasn't been referenced correctly, then it's perfectly possible to fix it. Place that passage in quotation marks or indent it to show that precise words came from another source. If you just have a few highlighted phrases within a paragraph, you have to decide whether to put the passage entirely into your own words or place those original phrases within quote marks. And in all those examples, you need to make sure that you've referenced correctly. Use your departmental preferred style. That will probably be putting the source in brackets or in a footnote and adding the text to the bibliography. Again, someone in your department, the library, or LSE Life can help. What if you don't have any highlighted sections? Does that mean that you haven't plagiarised? Not necessarily, unfortunately, because Turnitin is only a text matching tool. Plagiarism is about using the thoughts, writings, or inventions of another person as if they are your own. That's from the LSE Plagiarism Guidelines. Now, Turnitin will highlight phrases that match other sources, but it really can't tell if thoughts, ideas, or examples have come from you. And also, Turnitin can't check and know every possible source, so it's still your responsibility to take notes carefully and acknowledge your sources. If you'd like to download or print your Turnitin Originality report, possibly in order to discuss it with somebody else, you can do that. There's a small printer icon on the bottom left corner of the Turnitin screen. If you'd like some more support either with referencing or with academic writing in general, you can turn to your tutors or your academic advisor. You can speak to somebody in LSE Life, which is based in the library building. Or particularly for referencing support, you can talk directly to library members of staff. Referencing is a skill. It takes practice, but it means that you can get recognition for all the work and the reading that you've done, and you can avoid plagiarism.